hier ist die Roxy. Ich sitze heute neben einer ganz tollen neuen Band. Sie heißt We Have Band. Die läuft bei mir in letzter Zeit rauf und runter in meinem Player. Und ich bin total glücklich, dass Sie sich heute Zeit genommen haben. Sie spielen nämlich heute Abend auch noch Ihre Show in Berlin. So, hello, how are you?
We are very good.
Well, I've read that you worked in a record label before you founded the band, and this sounds to me like a plan. So first of all, you learn everything about the industry, and then you make a band with all the knowledge, and you know all the tricks.
This is the
problem with the industry at the moment. Everyone thinks there's tricks, but there really aren't any, you know.
I was doing really boring things with DVDs and documentaries, fitness videos and terrible things that EMI were doing.
And I was doing pretty boring sort of production job and just running around. It wasn't we had quite boring desk jobs as well.
The only thing we learned was that we didn't really want to work in an office for much longer.
Thomas, you also mentioned in one interview that nowadays no one really needs a label to be successful.
Not every band needs a label. I mean, if you're a big band and you have a huge fan base, you definitely don't need a label.
What have I to do if I would like to be successful in music?
Play loads of gigs, play loads of shows.
So this is the key to success.
Yeah, that's all we did. Last year we did 140 shows.
The cover of your album is very, very interesting. I like it very much, and I've seen on YouTube your making of, and you were really involved in a photo shooting. Was this your idea?
It was kind of Dede's.
Yeah,
it was the sort of reflection was Dede's idea. Where was that from?
I watched a documentary, BBC 4 documentary, about the 1930s sort of Art Deco, and it showed the champagne being poured into a champagne glass and it reflecting off all these mirrors like in sort of Art Deco style. So we moved on from the idea of objects being reflected.
And it also reminded me a little bit of your video, because you came out, you also shot with these mirrors around you.
Yeah.
I've seen also the making of to this, and this looked really like a very exhausting day.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it?
Well, you saw me, I was asleep in that making of. The final shot of the making was me asleep. It was quite uncomfortable. We were kind of in these wooden sort of coffins with mirrors and being face painted for 12, 13 hours a day. It was exhausting. But it was good. We felt it was like we were getting somewhere, but it was a long process.
Experts describe your music very 80s-like. They compare you to bands like Talking Heads, and you even covered a Pet Shop Boys song, West End Girls. Do you feel like connected to this time, or does it just sound like the 80s because you rather use bass and drums?
Yeah, I think it's more that. You're right.
Guitars?
Yeah, the music experts, they do, and we don't dislike it, or we don't not understand it, but we don't really understand it either. For us, we're just making music that we like, and that the album, really, the whole of the album I don't think it sounds very 80s across the whole album. Certain songs.
But I love what you're doing is very Talking Heads.
It has a synthesizer, and it has that sort of simple feel to it. It sounds a bit 80s production. I think you're right, we have synths and we have like drum machines that maybe were sort of 80s or early 90s sounds. And that dictates maybe the sound more than the fact that we like that era.
Well, your band name, We Have Band, sounds very self-confident to me, and you use this expression very often in your songs. Was it meant like this, that like a self-confident statement, here we are, look at us, we have band?
I'm waiting for you to answer
Listen, Dede came up with the name, so she has to take responsibility.
Whenever the question is asked about the name, we both go silent because she came up with the name.
No, but what you're saying is right. It is here we are, we have band.
Yeah.
But it's not like a confident, pow, here we are, we have band. It's not like that. It's not like really confident. It's more just here. It's more just a statement. but not like a really confident, like in your face statement either.
Thomas, Dede, you both are married.
We are.
Together.
How is it
to each other?
To each other. And how is it for you to be all the time together? Because I'm married as well, and I could not imagine to work together with my husband and be with him like 24/7.
Well, we met at work anyway, and we were working in the same office. Okay. So we were together all day as friends. And then when we got married, we still worked together.
Then you were lovers.
We still worked together. We'd go to work together. We'd have lunch together, we'd go and see each other in our offices, we'd go home together, and we had the same friends. So really, maybe it's a bit... We
spent all our life together anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we were together anyway.
Okay.
It's very, very, very natural for us. It's like we haven't, for the last 8 years, it's never really been any different.
And Darren, how is it for you? Because I think when you have a couple around, they argue sometimes.
Well, it's the same thing with, like Tom said, like, in the way they met. We've always done it like this. Like, I think it would have been much stranger if we'd have been 3 friends and then they'd have like fell in love and got married. It's always, I don't know, we don't really know anything different, to be honest. It's like we're like a strange little family.
A bit like the family in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
family, that strange family.
Yeah, I know the strange family. But I've seen the movie, I don't know them personally.
No, I was just thinking of strange families.
We're just like we do, we turn up.
That is a strange family though.
Don't make me this sound, don't please don't make me this sound, don't break, don't make me this sound, don't please let's go.
You've been on a huge tour also last year. Were there any experiences you would like to tell us, some funny stories?
We were jet lagged and didn't even know our own names and played to 8,000 people in Melbourne.
Actually, there was like an electrical storm in Melbourne on New Year's Eve, and like there was a hole ripped in the tent, and they were shutting down the main stage, and we were in this.
And while we were playing, they said they had helicopters on standby to get artists out because the weather was so bad.
It was like
we didn't know.
New Year's Eve in Melbourne.
It was on like the southern tip of Melbourne. It felt like the end of the world, didn't it?
It
was like right on
But the crowd were just going crazy. No one cared, you know. But like, it was very close to everyone just being taken out.
Ja, Dankeschön. Das war die Rotzki für euch.
Dankeschön. Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Tschüss. That's my favourite word.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.